Hey everyone, welcome back. It's a new day, it's a new week, and it's time to take a moment to just chill out a little bit, take a time out, and talk about whatever. And today, I want to talk about something I mentioned last week that I wanted to explore a little further in my mind, and that would be three little words: yes, no, and maybe. And that comes from my friend in Oklahoma, who I've had several conversations with over the years, and she tells me often about how she asks for guidance and for answers about different things in life. And the answer always comes back either yes, no, or wait a while. And to me, that's also saying hurry up and wait. And I've added one to that list, which is maybe. And I want to specifically just sort of take a moment this week to talk about three of those words: yes, no, and maybe, and what I think about them. And just sort of open it up to a conversation to see if there's anyone out there who has some additional thoughts. Of course, in a small amount of time that we have here on a coffee break, you're not going to be able to talk too in depth, but we can express a few ideas, and we can keep the conversation going, of course, by when you share comments in the comment boxes below. So don't hesitate to do that, okay? So the word for the day to start off the week is yes. And how do I think about, what do I think about the word yes? How does it make me feel? And is it important? And how does it impact my life? Those are the key issues that I really think a lot about these days in just about anything that I'm thinking about, because it's our lives we're talking about here. And if life is short, then, everything has to become meaningful in some way. And other things are only meaningful for a short time, and then you move on from them. So the word yes, from my experience, of course, naturally, is a positive thing. When someone says yes to you, you feel good about that. If you ask someone to be your girlfriend or boyfriend and they say yes, well, you get excited about that. If you ask someone to marry you, or if you ask for a job promotion and all the answers are yes, 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 and yes, well, then you feel good, okay? You feel good about yourself, you feel good about the world that you live in, and how your life is going. I would dare say that that's probably true, because yes, to me, is a positive statement. And if you kind of look it up in the dictionary, it does refer to the word yes as an affirmation, positive and affirmative statement towards whatever you're directing it to. So yes can be very positive, and I'm all about positivity. I really like the idea of being able to take something in your ideology or your mind, or from your experiences or from your observations, and to turn it around into something positive, to change the circumstances from what they might appear to be into something that you want them to be, or you want to encourage them to be. That's what yes represents to me. And yes isn't always the answer, I don't think. Sometimes it happens to be the word no, which is what I want to talk about next time, more specifically. But yes overall, to me, means I'm accepting, I'm embracing, and I'm being inclusive of the situation, the event, the people, the circumstances. I'm taking it all in, and and it's part of me now. Yes kind of goes in that direction. Hopefully it'll stay in that direction. But I see it truly as something towards promoting the idea of positivity. And we just can't get enough positivity in our lives these days, if you ask me. I think that if we said yes more often to the more important things that sort of hit our core values and are truly meaningful to us, then we would feel more comfortable in our world and in our lives, so much so that we just move forward at record-breaking speed towards that for which we love to do and be a part of. I hope that makes sense, and that we can take that idea that I just expressed and really do something with it. Because there's a lot of people out there right now, I know, that are just not getting it. They're hurting, they're suffering, and sometimes they do that in silence. And a lot of that has to do with people rejecting them, or not giving them enough yes in life. And I think maybe if we take that idea of giving people a little bit more yes, what we're saying in an abstract way is that we're offering more care towards a situation, even if it isn't a total yes. And we're offering it in a way that's nurturing and caring and loving towards people in some fashion, in an appropriate way to the people that we're offering it to. There's a sense of healing there when we think of it in terms of that. And when I say that, just to repeat, what I mean by that is that we're being caring and nurturing and considerate in how we respond to a situation, whether that be a full-on yes or a partial yes or a not right now kind of a yes, but maybe. So there's always the realm of answers towards the question, right, that we started off with today: yes, no, maybe, wait a while. But when you think of yes, you think of it in terms of being more caring and nurturing. That's what I'm getting at. And I'd like to hear some stories from other people about, how they see that. Does what I say make sense? Because I see that almost in terms of a conversation that I've heard many times this year about being politically correct, and how people don't want to be politically correct anymore. They don't think that that gives them permission to use their voice or to have intelligence or ideas or opinions at all, because they're having to be appropriate. But to me, politically correct has been misconstrued to be something that it never was meant to be in today's world, from top leaders that say, no, just sort of, say it off the cuff, be direct, and tell people what you think. But do so in a way that just, rips them apart. There's too much ripping apart going on out there. And to me, that's not saying yes in any way. There's no positivity behind that at all. It may make one person feel good that they're getting it off their chest, or what their opinions are, or what they think their opinions are, or what they think they feel. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're expressing things in a way that is beneficial to everyone. And I think there's a middle ground. And I think that, yes, when you think of it in terms of the positivity and the accepting and embracing and caring and nurturing, loving kind of way, yes, then you're really starting to think of things in the way of good manners. Yes means that I can hear you, I can understand you, and here's what I think. And it gives you permission to go ahead and say what you think and what you feel and what your opinions are, but you just do it in a way that's more mindful. Maybe that's the key word right there, mindful. And I think that politically correctedness, if I said that correctly, is something that we need more of now, rather than just sort of throwing it out there, no matter who it hurts or what kind of damage it causes. I'm not saying that every situation is going to be comfortable, that you want to talk about, but we live in a world of many, many different people and many, many different ideals, and no two people are necessarily going to agree all the time. So the idea of thinking of being politically correct and being appropriate, and taking the sting out of, a situation by being more caring and nurturing and more positive and mindful, really just promotes the idea of yes. Yes, we are able to accept. Yes, we are able to embrace. Yes, we are able to move forward, and we can agree to disagree. So all these ideas come to my mind, and when I think of the word yes, when I explore it just a little bit more, and how many directions it can go in, yes is a very positive thing. And I like the word yes. I don't think I know anyone who doesn't like the word yes, or being told yes to something that they want to do, or to an idea that they have and they want to express it. And it's an encouragement. It's a support system to say yes sometimes, and yet at the same time to not always say yes. And we'll get into more of that later. And that's what I'm thinking today. There's only so much I can say in a short video about the idea of the word yes, but to me, growing up, for me personally, yes was not always the answer, and there wasn't a lot of love and care going on. So I always wondered why people would behave the way they do and hurt people as a result. And I don't think it's necessary. So, being conscientious of yes in terms of acceptance, embracing mindfulness and positivity, not just an outward yes, I'm going to do this, or yes, you have permission, but yes as a terms of accepting and embracing our humanity in such a way that we can all come together, then that's what yes means to me. And I'd like to know what you think about that, so go ahead and put your comments in the comment boxes below and share that with me. And before I go, I did look it up, and there were some bunch of wonderful slang languages, versions of the word yes I'd like to share with you. Some of them I didn't know about. And, I want to promote the idea of yes. One of my friends in New York often says Yass, Y-A-S-S, quite often. So that's one slang version of it. But there's a lot of fun in yes, isn't there? So I wanted to share a little on a positive note, which is why I've brought up the word yes as a positive notion. These slang versions of the word yes before I leave today. One of them is ack, A-C-K. I don't even know if I said that right. Then there's ait, or alrighty. And you know, man, or check, cool. Darn tootin', darn straight, and damn skippy. I like damn skippy. Good to go. Hells to the yes. Hot diggity. Hundo. In it. Simon. Roger. Safe. And sure enough. Rock and roll. Yes. Yeppers. Yeah. Word. Way. Uh-huh. True dat. Straight. Disco, never heard that one before. For rizzle, for sheezy, for shizzle my nizzle, for show, FR, for real or for reals, full, and good call. That's a bunch of different ways of saying yes, yes, and yes. And I'd like to know how you like to say yes and what your experiences are with the idea or the ideology of yes as a promotional tool towards positivity. That's all I got for you today. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. And if you don't mind hitting that subscribe and notification bell, that would be great. But more importantly, also, you just want to share the video with other people, please do so, and we'll all continue the conversation and participate in the conversation from here on out. I appreciate it. And until next time, y'all have a great day. Bye now.